Okay, so let me paint a picture for you. There's this young, really ambitious guy, let's call him Jake. He's working hard at a cafe, trying to get ahead in life. He spots this older, successful-looking man. We'll call him Mr. Grumpy. And he thinks, hey, I'll ask him for some advice. And what does he get? He gets an earful about how his generation is lazy and expects everything to be handed to them on a silver platter. I mean, does that sound familiar to anyone? This clash, between that old-school cynicism and the new world we're all living in, that's exactly what we're going to get into today.
So, from Mr. Grumpy's perspective, he just sees a lazy kid. But what's the reality? Let's be real. Jake is juggling school, he's working a job, and he's trying to figure out his future in a world that is, let's face it, way more complicated than it used to be. That old, simple path to success, it's gone. It's been totally redrawn. So it's not about being lazy, it's about trying to navigate a completely different and much trickier map.
And this is where the story gets good. This is where a mentor, Mark Tilbury, steps in. He actually overheard the whole thing, and he decided to pull Jake aside and give him some real, actionable advice. The kind of stuff he used to make his own first million back in his 20s. He's a big believer that the younger generation needs a guide, not a critic. So let's break down the exact principles he shared with Jake, because they are game changers.
All right, principle number 1. First, sharpen your axe. This is so important. Before you even think about trying to build an empire, you have to build your foundation. It is the most critical first step, and honestly, it's the one most people try to skip right over.
Think about it with this analogy, because it's perfect. Trying to start a business when you don't have any real skills, it's like trying to chop down a giant redwood tree with a super dull, blunt axe. You're just going to be swinging and swinging, getting completely exhausted, and that tree, it's not even going to have a scratch on it. You'll just end up giving up.
So this really shows the two roads you can take. The wrong path, the one that so many people get tricked into taking, is just jumping straight into starting a business. The smarter path, the right path, is to first master a high-income skill. That skill, that becomes your sharp axe. And we're not talking about something vague here. We're talking about real in-demand skills. Things like video editing, copywriting, being able to close high-ticket sales, software development. These are skills that businesses are absolutely desperate for and are willing to pay top dollar for right now. Here's a little secret. Just look at where companies are spending a ton of money to solve their biggest headaches. That's where you're going to find the next big high-income opportunity.
And the goal here is super concrete. Mastering just one of these skills can realistically get you to an income of $10,000 a month. But you know what? It's not even just about the money. It's about the doors that open, the successful people you start to meet. That's the real power that comes from having a sharp axe.
Okay, on to principle number 2. Let your money work for you. So, once you're earning that good income with your high-value skill, the whole game changes. The goal isn't just to earn money anymore. Now, it's about making your money start earning money all by itself.
I absolutely love this analogy. Just imagine your money is a big stack of really delicate cookies. The more you touch them, move them around, trade this for that, buy this, sell that, the more they just crumble away into dust. The secret is to stop messing with it. Just set it upright and let it grow.
So how does it grow? Well, this is where the real magic comes in. Compound interest. Einstein supposedly called it the 8th wonder of the world, and for good reason. This is literally how Warren Buffett made 99% of his insane fortune after his 50th birthday. It starts off slow, but over time it turns into an unstoppable wildfire.
I know, that sounds completely impossible, right? Taking a couple $100 a month, the cost of a few nice dinners out, and turning it into a 7-figure portfolio. But it's not magic, I promise. It's just math and time. Let me show you how.
Okay, just look at these numbers. If you invest just $250 every single month into something simple like a low-cost index fund, which historically gets you around a 10% annual return, well, after 40 years, you'd be sitting on over $1.5 million. The key ingredients here are just consistency and a whole lot of time.
And that brings us to the single most valuable asset you have, especially when you're young. It's time. Time is your superpower. It means you can afford to take some smart, calculated risks on investments that have higher growth potential, because you literally have decades to recover if the market takes a dip. Someone older, they just don't have that luxury.
So we've covered how to get the skills to earn the money, and we've covered the strategy to invest it. But here's the thing. Having the best strategy in the world is totally useless if your own mindset is working against you. This third principle is all about mastering the millionaire mindset. It's like the operating system that runs in your brain.
Have you ever heard of something called the Dunning-Kruger effect? It explains that dangerous peak on the confidence curve that some people call Mount Stupid.
It's that place where you've learned just a little bit about a subject, and you mistakenly think you know everything. But right after that peak comes the valley of despair, where you finally realize how much you don't know. Pushing through that valley is where you build real expertise. It's what separates the amateurs from the pros.
You know, the old model of education is just broken. The idea that you go to school for a few years and then you're just done learning? That doesn't work anymore. The world changes way too fast. Think of your brain like a computer. If you don't constantly install software updates through learning, you'll be running on outdated information, and eventually you're just going to crash.
We've all heard that saying a million times, right? It's not what you know, it's who you know. But what does that actually mean when it comes to building wealth? Well, it's probably not what you think it is.
So get this, a 2024 study found something really fascinating. It's not that rich friends just give you money or hot stock tips. It's that their behaviors start to rub off on you. The study showed that for every 10% increase in wealthy friends a person had, they were more likely to invest in the stock market and more likely to save more money. Their circle of influence literally changed their financial habits for the better.
So, after all of this, the skills, the investing strategy, the mindset work, what's the big takeaway here? It's that all the cynicism from the Mr. Grumpies of the world, it's just noise. Don't listen to it. Your time is now.
This is the message that Mark Tilbury left Jake with, and it's the one I want to leave with you too. You are the future. The world is counting on your ideas, your energy, and your drive. So don't let anyone ever tell you that you can't do it. The old playbook is torn up. You have the tools to write your own rules.
But look, knowledge is one thing, but it's totally useless without action. So forget about trying to climb the whole mountain in one day. Looking at everything we just covered, what is the very first, smallest step you can take, maybe even today, to start sharpening your axe or to update your mindset? Seriously, think about it. That one little step, it could be the start of everything.